Welcome back to Reality Talks with Terrence, where we don't pick sides, we pick reality. And the reality is this: have you learned anything from the year 2020? I felt that it would be very beneficial for me to drop this video before we go into the new year of 2021, right? And I just want to see if you guys learned anything from the year 2020. For me, I have learned a lot from the year 2020, right? 2020, man, has been a crazy year, man. A crazy year. Um, for me, coming into the year 2020, I came into the year 2020 sick. Um, they said it was the flu, but I think it was COVID-19 that I had. Um, Caught it on Christmas Eve, and it really had me down bad for a couple weeks, right? So then after that, the whole world was hit with this COVID-19. This COVID-19 virus, which made the whole United States, the whole world go crazy, right? Um, a lot of people lost their jobs. A lot of people had to go and be on unemployment. And my question is to you, right? Did you learn anything from the world being in the uproar? Like when COVID-19 hit, like did you have any money saved? Like was you broke? Was you living check to check? Was you dependent on your job? Was you putting more faith in your job that you put in you? I'm gonna say that again. Was you putting more faith in your job than you put in you? For 2020 taught me, listen, man, you can't be running around broke. That's number one. Number two, 2020 taught me, a couple $1,000s, that ain't no money. Not if a pandemic, not if an epidemic, not if something real happened throughout the world. That's no money. For me, man, 2020 gave me the outlook on life as make sure you waking up every day and you going hard for your family. If you the man of the house, that means you got to make the right decisions. Being the man of the house don't mean that, you can just fight and you can just protect the household. No. A lot of times if you're the man of the household and your wife or your girlfriend lets you run the household, that means you got to make the right decisions. That means you got to make the right financial decision. So my question is to you, 2020, man, how was you financially? Right? Like when it happened, did you panic? When you lost your job, what did you do? Did you have a plan B to fall back on? And if you didn't, then you got to ask yourself, man, you need to get your hustle on. Yeah. If 2020 never showed you nothing, it's going to show you this. You need to become an entrepreneur. You need to have a side hustle. That way, if the job that you're working falls through, or you get laid off, or you get fired, how you going to provide for your family? Right? What about if you can't get unemployment? Like a lot of people couldn't get unemployment. What you going to do then? And at the time, a lot of jobs were not hiring because of the COVID-19, because of the virus. So there was a freeze on hiring new people. Man, 2020, really taught me, it's time to get right. As men, as women, as alpha males, as alpha women's, it's time to get right. It's time to stop all that playing. If 2020 ain't taught you nothing and showed you nothing, you should know it's time to stop playing if you are adult. It's time to stop spending all your money recklessly. It's time to save some money. It's time to be a grown up. It's time to be it's time to be a person that can really that your family can really depend on. You know, for me, 2020 has been a good year because all of the losses that I took, there were lessons and I learned from them and I bounced back and I bettered my situation. I bettered my family. You hear me? You know, 2020 taught me, make sure you believe in you. Stop putting more faith in a job than you put in you. The same way you can be an entrepreneur and take losses and not be successful is the same thing with a job. A job is not guaranteed. Just because you wake up and you go there every day and you feel all the business is handled and all you got to do is show up, it's not guaranteed. And 2020 taught a lot of people that. A lot of people who were on their jobs for 10, 20, 15 years, 25 years, they lost their jobs. And I feel sorry for them people because those people were almost close to retirement. Those people were up in age, right? And now that the COVID-19 hit, those people lost their job. They in their 40s. They're in their late 40s, 50s. Now they got to go somewhere else and start over. Now they got to go somewhere else and try to find work at an older age. You know, 2020, if it ain't ever taught you nothing, it taught you this. Did you have real people around you? Did you have real people around you who gonna hold you down? Who gonna go through the storm, with you? I got you, you got me. Did you have that type of people around you? Or did you have more, or did you have some people who's trying to come up off you? Did you have some people who's trying to leech off of you? Yeah. If 2020 never showed you nothing, it showed you who's really your peoples. For me, 2020 is a year of cleansing, the year of purification, the year of 2020 vision and seeing everything clear. Ain't no more games. See everything clear and see it for what it is. Ain't no more sugarcoating. Ain't no more, well, this person can get better. I'm going to keep working with this person. If 2020 ain't show you nothing, it's 2020 vision. It's time for you to see everything clear and stop living in denial and stop acting like you don't see the mistakes and the flaws that you have as a man and a woman. Going into 2021, right? All the mistakes, all the flaws that you've seen, you need to work on that. It's time for you to get right. And if not, continue to live your life like a 2020. Even though 2020 is going to pass, even though this coronavirus is going to pass, a lot of people, for the rest of their life, they're going to be stuck in 2020. They're going to be broke. They're not going to believe in self. They're going to continue to deal with fake people. They're going to continue to have negative people around. They're going to continue to play and not save money and not get their finances, right. They're going to continue to be a kid and not man up or woman up and be an adult. 2020, man, was a real year. You hear me? If you ain't out here getting no money, it's time for you to get some money. If you ain't got no side hustle, get you a side hustle ASAP. I don't care if you cutting grass, cutting hair, doing hair, nails, cleaning, right? I don't care what you doing. Get you a side hustle. Don't be in the same position you was in 2020 and 2021 when it ain't no pandemic, right? And the sad thing about it, a lot of people still gonna live their life the same way they was living in 2020 and 2021. And there shouldn't even be no excuse. 2020 showed you everything. It showed you the good. It showed you the bad. It showed you the up. It showed you the down. It's time to get right, people. 2020, the year of 2020 vision. See everything clear. Everything that you need to do it. All your mistakes, all your flaws, get right. Stop making excuses. Ask yourself, do you want to continue to live your life like 2020? And if not, make the corrections, make the change. So if this is your first time coming across the platform, help the platform out, like the video, share the video, comment on the video, subscribe to the channel. So every time we drop a video, y'all get it first. I want to thank y'all for tuning in to Reality Talks Returns, where we do not pick sides. We pick reality. And the reality is this. 2020 showed you everything you need to work on. You can choose to see it or not see it. I see everything clear. And it's time to get right. Peace.